Hello and welcome to Unpreachy, a podcast of homilies and reflections from St. John Chrysostom Parish. Today, Father Ed Hallinan reflects on Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41, the Gospel reading for Sunday, June 23rd, 2024.
We are all familiar with experiencing storms. It could be health-related. We're going along, we're doing real good, and all of a sudden we're slammed with a situation we didn't see coming. It could be the death of a loved one. It could be a broken relationship. And all of a sudden, our boats are really rocking. A priest buddy this past week who had been diagnosed with prostate cancer told me the doctors think the best solution is to remove the whole thing. He's 70. He's nervous. The word cancer scares all of us. I received a text, not from a parishioner, but from a gentleman whose parents are parishioners. And he said, Father Ed, he goes, my dad is elderly and he's blind, and my mother is the caretaker. Well, my mother had a stroke, and we're scrambling not only to visit her and have somebody with her, but to have somebody with my dad who's blind. We never know when these storms are going to hit us. One of the things that I believe, his pastor, St. John Chrysostom, is that we are a boat. We are a boat. And in our boat is our community. And in our boat is Christ Jesus. And hopefully, when people have unexpected things that touch their lives and that make them afraid in the way that the disciples were afraid, that they can come to our boat, our church, and experience the presence of Christ through all of you, through me. This past week, our LGBTQ ministry met. And typically at our monthly meetings, there may be 4 to 10 or 12 people that come to the meeting. This week, a young lady came in that we had never met before. She looked apprehensive, she looked nervous, but she showed up and she came to our meeting. And so one of the things that we do when there's somebody new is everyone goes around and introduces themselves to the new person. This young lady, probably in her mid-20s, said that she found us online. She went online looking for a parish that had a ministry to LGBTQ. She told us that she had a year ago graduated from a Catholic law school and that she is an attorney in Wilmington. And she shared with the group that her family are located on the West Coast. And she shared that her faith, her Catholic faith, is essential to who she is. She loves her faith. And she said, but my problem is, if I go to a Catholic church, I often hear derogatory things against the LGBT community. So she says, I really don't feel welcomed there. If I go to people who are not Catholic, that are LGBTQ, and I tell them that I am a practicing Catholic, they don't want to have anything to do with me because your church is so hostile. How could you possibly want to be connected? And she said, Father, to the group, I don't fit anywhere. I don't fit. At one point, I asked her, could we have her contact information? Because we email each other about meetings. We forward to one another articles that are appropriate. Fear overcame her. And she said, for right now, I would just like you to know my first name. And maybe later I'll share with you, my contact information. But I just feel nervous about that. Our meetings are typically an hour and 15 minutes. We meet at 7 o'clock. I looked at my watch at a certain point to see if we were near 8 or 8:15. It was 10 of 9. We had gone almost 2 hours. And at the end of the meeting, she said, I'm still nervous, but she goes, this is the best experience that I've ever had from a Catholic parish and the people that were around the table. Folks, there are people out there whose boats are rocking uncontrollably. We, as a parish, and I see this in you, we are a welcoming parish. People that are new here will tell me, Father, my wife and I came in this parish the first Sunday Mass. People smiled at us. People nodded at us. People introduced themselves to us. We felt so welcomed right away. This young girl is experiencing a turmoil in her faith, and yet she keeps on trying to be connected in our faith and just welcomed for who she is. We are a blessed community because we have the charism of not judging others, not condemning others, not looking down to others. And so we need to be a boat that is calm, that is level, not because of us, but because of Jesus Christ, who is with us, and Jesus Christ who counts on us. Listen to that. Jesus Christ who counts on us, who counts on you and me, that when we meet people that are hurting, my marriage is breaking up, I lost my job, I'm having a problem with addiction, I'm LGBTQ and I don't know what to do. We need to be a boat that has a welcome sign on it and a non-judgmental sign on it, and where we welcome people and we try to be like the Good Samaritan and nurse them until they get better again. So today at this Mass, let us remember this young lady, 25, 26 years old, working at a law firm in Wilmington, who's trying to connect with her faith that is, she said to us, it's essential to who I am. I could never walk away from my Catholic faith, but it seems that through others sometimes it walks away from me. So let us be that boat of welcome, that boat of nurturing, that boat of non-condemnation. God bless you.
Unpreachy is a production of St. John Chrysostom Parish in Wallingford, Pennsylvania. Visit us at sjcparish.org. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend. This podcast was produced by Brendan Lorden with music by Skytoes on Upbeat. Thanks for listening. Be well.